Peace and blessings in this corner box of 24. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Good evening. Hope all is well. I'm doing pretty good. Can't really complain. God is good, and I'm blessed. God is great. You know what I'm saying? So, what I want to talk about today, man, politics of boxing. Never stops, man. Right? So it seems like Terrence Crawford, the good fighters, man, just can't get a break, man. Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford. And when they get it, they got to go through so much to get what they got to get, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get right. Jerron Enos, man. Man, I'm telling you, man. But anyway, it's being reported that the 2-fight deal that Terrence Crawford is going to sign with PBC for is supposedly Danny Garcia in July instead of Keith Thurman, because originally it was reported Keith Thurman and then Errol Spence in the fall. But now it's being reported Danny Garcia and Errol Spence in the fall. I mean, that's just, to me, come on, man. And you know what's crazy about it? Danny Garcia recently said in an interview that Terrence Crawford needs him, right? And so for him, he'll take the fight, I guess. Even though he can't really do nothing for Terrence Crawford's career. He needs to fight. Terrence Crawford don't need him. Because he's coming off an L almost a year and a half ago to Errol Spence. Okay? In a fight where he didn't even do nothing. He didn't really try to fight. I mean, he didn't do nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? If he would have did a little bit, man, okay, I'll give him some credit. But he really didn't do nothing. So here it is now. You want to fight Terrence Crawford. And we see the pattern, right, with Terrence Crawford. When he fought Kell Brook, he stopped Kell Brook, right? And earlier. He stopped him earlier than Errol Spence did, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was the 6th round he stopped Kell Brook, right? And and Errol Spence stopped Kell Brook in 11th. Then Errol Spence fought Sean Porter. He was in the fight of his life, man. He was banged up, bruised up, looked basic, normal. Not that bully that he was. And everybody was making him out to be, right? So people say, oh, well, Sean Porter make anybody fight, give anybody a hard fight. Okay. He didn't give Terrence Crawford no hard fight. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was in the fight. But Terrence Crawford still banged him out and dropped him twice. So he definitely made it easier, and he didn't get bruised up either, like Errol Spence. Okay? So that's on Errol Spence, man. He wasn't able to adjust to the style. That's on him. But Terrence Crawford beats him. Now, Errol Spence and Danny Garcia fights. He in 2020, and again, Danny Garcia didn't do anything. Errol Spence, he beat him convincingly, unanimously. He didn't do anything special. But now, instead of Terrence Crawford being able to fight Keith Thurman, right, who is coming off a win against Mario Barrios, right, that would be better for him to fight him, because now to fight Danny Garcia is going to do what? Danny Garcia is coming off a loss. And he got 3 losses now. So that's not doing nothing for your career. And honestly, I think Terrence Crawford will be the one to stop him. He'll definitely beat him down. He'll definitely hurt him in the fight if he don't stop him. Because Danny Garcia, you got a chin, but if anybody could stop him, it would be Terrence Crawford. He could stop him. So I don't, so to me, it's still not going to do nothing for his career. It's that maybe that he might be the first person to stop Danny Garcia or hurt him real bad. Other than that, it does nothing for him, to me. Okay? It's either the politics of boxing or is Danny Garcia pushing the fight. It's one or the other. Because why wouldn't Keith Thurman, pardon me, not so much, yeah, it's Danny Garcia pushing the fight too, but it's also Keith Thurman talking like he want to fight Terrence Crawford, but he really don't. Because like I said, that was the original deal or the original talk. That's what originally was talked about to happen, him fighting Keith Thurman in July. right? Which would have been better for him. Because even though he lost to Pacquiao a couple of years ago, he was coming off a win with Barrios. That would have been better, right? So now all of a sudden, we retract to Danny Garcia. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. That's not doing enough for Terence Crawford at this stage in his career. All right, but, you know, it's the politics of boxing. You see what Devin Haney got to go through. He got to fight this clown Kambosos 2 times in Australia just to become undisputed. Wow. Unreal. Nobody else would do it. So now you put Terence Crawford, now he got to fight another fighter that Errol Spence fought and beat him just to get that fight. Man, that's the politics of boxing, man. Just crazy, all right? So like I said, Keith Thurman probably didn't want the fight. And so they said, you know what? We'll give you Danny Garcia. Because Danny Garcia was talking. Or it's just straight up, they're giving Danny Garcia the fight and forget about Keith Thurman. Maybe they just say, you know what, Keith Thurman? Nah, we're going to let him fight Danny Garcia. We're going to give you a break. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. You know, I really don't know. But I just know, man, I hope that Terence Crawford could get this fight with Errol Spence in the fall. And I hope Errol Spence don't play no games and don't say, oh, I'm moving up. I had enough, man. You need Terence Crawford, man. You need that fight. Okay, you don't need so much undisputed, but you need that fight with Terence Crawford for your legacy, man. All right? So that's all I really got, man. You know, peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Please leave your comments, whether it's nay or yay. Leave your comments. If you know, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's okay. We could talk about it. All right? I'm sure we'll agree on something. Subscribe to the page, please. Support me. I appreciate everyone. Social distance, wear your mask. COVID is still here. There's a lot going on in the world, but COVID is still here, okay? We don't want to start slipping and go backwards. All right, with the progress that we made. So I still wear my mask. I still protect myself. I still social distance, okay? Boxing is here. It ain't going nowhere. 24/7. In this corner, boxing 24 is my page. All right. We got some good fights coming up. We got Errol Spence and Ugas in 2 weeks. And then we got Shakur Stevenson and Valdez 2 weeks after that. We got Canelo and Bivol on May 7th. And then on the 14th, man, we got my favorite fighter. Even though he's the co-main event, he's going to be the main event. He's going to be the main event after this. And he's going to be the mainstay after this. Jerron Bucinas from Philly fighting Castillo Clayton. And then we got, of course, Jamel Charlo in the Castano rematch, all right? So it's heating up, man, for the summertime, all right? So peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Thank you for your support. Be safe.